Okay, guys. So let's continue with the part of non-cooperation movement. Okay. Up till now, we have seen the introduction of Gandhiji into the Indian politics, how exactly he entered and what all things he has planned for India. Okay, we have seen up till now, we have seen this. Okay. Now we'll start with the next phase, that is the phase of non-cooperation movement. Okay, the first biggest mass movement of Gandhi. Okay, the first biggest movement, non-cooperation movement. It started in 1920 and was in operation till 1922. Everyone know after Chowri Chowra incidents it was suspended. Okay, so we are going to see this phase of 1920-22. In Indian history, we see what all things happened on the line of India, but here we are going to see each and everything in the context of Maharashtra. So in this particular lecture, you'll be seeing too many names. Okay, so I'll be keeping my pace also a bit slow because there are too many names over here. What you need to do, you need to take a copy and a pen and just note the names because means examination, to be specific, not pre not to that extent, but means, okay, generally means asks the name of this particular person. They're untouched people about whom the means generally ask the question. Okay, both combined means as well as state services means. Okay, so be very attentive with this particular part. Let's start. Yes. So non-cooperation movement in Maharashtra. Now, what was the scenario as of now? People were very restless. Okay, people were very restless. Why they were restless? Because of Rowlatt Act. Why they were restless? Because of Jallian Wala Bagh. Okay, they were restless about the Khilafat question. Okay, these things what they did, they increase the resentment in the people to a very greater extent. Okay, but still people are having hopes with the Britishers. Why? Because they have promised that they are going to do constitutional reforms. Okay, constitutional reforms in 1919 Act. Okay, which was also called as Montague-Kemper reforms. Here they were ought to introduce, or they have promised us to introduce some constitutional reforms, but this also did not fulfill the admirations of the people. Okay, or you can say this also failed to fulfill the admirations of the people. Okay, in such circumstances, what Gandhiji did, okay, Gandhiji or Gandhi got approval for new movement in December 1920. Okay, Gandhiji got approval for a new movement in the year 1920. Okay, in December 1920, in the annual session of Congress. Okay, now where this session was held, okay, where this annual session of Congress was hosted, it was hosted or it was convened at Nagpur. Where was it convened? It was convened at Nagpur, at a place called as Nagpur in Bombay province. Oh, sorry, Warat province at that point of time, not Bombay, Warat province. Okay, so in Nagpur, in this particular agenda or in this particular session, Congress accepted the movement. Okay, and which should follow the following program. Okay, which all programs are planned by the Congress or what they said? Okay, we should follow these all programs. Okay, the first program was in the context of we should resign. What we should do? Resign from all the honorary post. And also what we should do? Britishers are given a title, Rao Bahadur, knighthood. Okay, then different at Kaisar Hind. Britishers have allotted us too many titles. What we should do? We should give away all British titles. The first thing which was proposed in this particular moment. Okay. Second thing, what it was said that Indians should not attain any of the Britishers' gatherings. Okay. Indians, to be specific, Indians shouldn't attain British gatherings or meetings. We should not attend any of the British gatherings or meetings. Okay. Third thing, what was planned over here, it was said that send your children to national school. Okay, send children to national school in spite of government schools. Okay. Next thing, what they said is boycott courts. Okay, boycott. But if you are having issues Where should you go then? Okay, boycott the court and approach the panchayats. See how innovative the things are going on. See the direction where the flow is moving as of now. Okay, so what they said, boycott the courts and approach and next thing approach the panchayats. Okay, next thing what they said, boycott legislative assembly elections. Okay, because in this particular 1919 act, they have introduced too many provisions. The context of elections and the formation of provincial legislative council, diarchy was introduced. Okay, so different things came into picture. But what nationalists gave a call? Nationalists gave a call for boycott of legislative assembly elections. Should not participate in this particular thing. Okay. Second thing was Britishers were sending the soldiers and administrative staff to Mesopotamia. Okay, they were sending staff to Mesopotamia. So what we should do? We should protest against soldiers and administrative staff, which is to be sent to Mesopotamia. This was the next call. And finally, what you can say, boycott of British goods. Okay, what you should boycott the British good, and in spite of using British good, what you should do, you should use Swadeshi. Okay, you should promote the use of Swadeshi. Okay, this was the momentum or charter which was given by the Congress to all the people to carry forward this particular non-cooperation. Okay, so this was marked the beginning. Now, what you're going to see next, we are going to see the next step, that is non-cooperation movement in Maharashtra. Non-cooperation movement in Maharashtra. So what happened at this point of time, or on what occasion, or on what event was this particular? It cannot be called as occasion, but you can say on what event was this particular movement launched. Okay, this movement was launched on the death of the most prime leader of India, to be specific from Maharashtra, who was Lokmanya Tilak. Okay, or you can say Bal Gangadhar Tilak. On the death of Tilak, this particular movement was launched. Okay, non-cooperation movement was launched on the death of Tilak. Okay, so what happened was Gandhiji took sympathy from the whole India about Tilak, and then he said to fulfill the to fulfill the dreams or admirations of Tilak, we should come together and ignite this British administration through non-cooperation movement. Okay, so this was the basic thing. What promoted people to a greater extent? So what happened? And same in Maharashtra, Tilak's death. Okay, this movement followed Tilak's death. Okay, and what happened after Tilak death? All of the followers of Tilak wholeheartedly participate in this particular. Okay, with full devotion, they all participate in this particular movement. Okay, who were these particular leaders? I told you the names are important. Okay, just write the name. Shivram Pant Paranjpe. Okay, second thing was Kaka Sahib Khadilkar. Okay, Gangadhar Rao Deshpande. Okay, Gangadhar Rao Deshpande. Then you have Vasu Kaka. Vasu Kaka Joshi. Then you have one more person, Hari Bhau Patak. Hari Bhau Patak. Then you have Chintamani Rao Vaidya. Okay, so those are some of the prominent people from Maharashtra who participated with full fledged in this particular one. Also, there were some leaders such as Anna Sahib Bopatkar. Anna Sahib Bopatkar. Second one was barristers Jaikar. Third one was N.C. Kilkar. Okay, these people. Okay, Anna Sahib Bopatkar, barrister Jaikar, and N.C. Kilkar. Initially, they were not in the favor of non-cooperation movement. Okay, these people were not in the favor of non-cooperation movement. Okay, but as Congress came to a conclusion, okay, we should go for this movement. These all people took the decision of Congress above them. Okay, and that's why they followed, or else they were not in the favor of this particular movement. Okay, now what happened was this movement also began with an idea. Which idea? Idea of prohibition of liquor. Okay, it started with the idea of prohibition of liquor as suggested by Gandhi. It started with idea of prohibition of liquor as suggested by Gandhi. But you can say Congress wasn't having such agenda. Okay, this was not the agenda. This was not the agenda of Congress. Okay, it was just the agenda of Gandhiji to have liquor prohibition. Now, what all consequences liquor prohibition program gave? We are going to see it now. Okay, the next thing is about liquor prohibition program of Gandhiji. Okay, so what happened? Initially, I told you Congress was not in this particular phase or in this particular, what you can say, agenda to have liquor prohibition, but still on the onset of Gandhi or on the request of Gandhi, people went forward with this particular thing. Okay, and though in whole of the Maharashtra it was not that strong, but this movement got very strong in few areas, such as in Pune, in Thane, in Dharwad, and in Mumbai. In these areas, okay, this movement got greatly strong. Okay, you can say in initial phases this movement was peaceful. Okay, in the initial phases people were prohibiting liquor, it was peaceful, but what happened, it was hurting the revenue of the government. So what happened was on 30th of June 1921, okay, on 30th of June 1921, it's 19, okay, 1921, British officer, okay, there was a British officer whose name was Painter. Okay, British officer's name was Painter. Now, what he did, he fired at a mob. Okay, British officer called as Painter. What he did, he fired at the mob. Okay, where at Dharwad. This incident took place at Dharwad. Okay, and due to this particular thing, what happened? 3 people died, and near to 20 were injured. Okay, 3 people died, and near to 20 were injured. Now, what happened? Gandhiji resisted this particular thing. In public, he gave speech regarding this particular point. Okay, so what happened? Finally, due to the violence from British end, this movement was postponed. They said that we'll carry it forward. Okay, this movement was postponed in Mumbai. Actually, it is not Mumbai, it is Bombay. Sorry, it was not Mumbai. It is Bombay. Okay, this movement was postponed in Bombay. And what happened after this? When the movement was postponed, government now became very active. Okay, they launched 89 cases. Okay, what they did, they launched 89 cases on Indians, and of this 89, nearly 62 people were fined to disarm the government treasury. Okay, and this fine was so heavy. Okay, this fine was so heavy that the movement was called off. Okay, the movement was called off. Okay, so this was the first thing in the context of liquor prohibition program, which failed. You can say why? Because it was not having full-hearted support, and second thing, it was hurting the government revenue to greater extent. Even today, if you practice this liquor prohibition, okay, it would harm the revenue of the state government to a greater extent. It would hurt a lot to the state government revenues. Okay, the second thing, also the people. Chalo, leave it. Boycott of courts. Now you have seen that Congress has given an agenda to the advocates. What they should do? They should quit their jobs. Okay, to whom? Advocates. Congress has given this particular agenda to advocates. Okay, what you guys should do? You should quit your job. Now, in response to this particular agenda, what happened? Some of them, they cancelled any new case. Okay, cancelled going to court for a year. Okay, they cancelled going to the court for a year, and some refused new cases. Okay, some refused to take new cases. Okay, some people who followed this particular method, Vasant Rao, again the names Vasant Rao Dastane. Okay, Vasant Rao Dastane of Bhusawal. Okay, Vasant Rao Dastane of Bhusawal. Then you have Ramchandra Shankar Rajwade. Ramchandra Shankar Rajwade of Solapur. Then you have Ashtaputre of Satara. Okay. Ashtaputre of Satara. Then Nana Sahib Devdhar. Okay. Nana Sahib Devdhar of Umbrij. Okay. These were some important people. Some advocate. Okay. What they did, they had many pending cases, or the most famous advocates. Okay. Some had many pending cases. Okay. So what they did, they continued to go to the court. They stopped taking new admissions, but they continued going to the court. Okay. Continued going to court. Okay, some of them or some important persons amongst them were Anna Sahib, Bhopatkar. Okay, you can see this name here. Okay, Anna Sahib, Bhopatkar. Second one was Barrister Jaikar. They are famous people. They are having too much load of cases. That's why they continued their activity. Okay, so this was the initial phase of boycott of courts. The next point was in the context of boycott of schools. Just a minute. Okay, boycott of. Okay, what was the call given? Okay, call was given that what you should do, you should quit government funded schools. What you should do is you should quit government funded schools and go for national schools. Okay, what you should do, you should quit the government funded schools and go for the national schools. Okay, in order to promote this particular move, in the year 1920, a college was started to impart national education. A college was started in the name of Lokmanya Tilak. Okay, a college was started in the name of Lokmanya Tilak to support national education in the NCM. Okay, now what happened? Students, okay, some of the students, okay, quit classes. They started to bunk their classes. They used to avoid their classes and went for national schools and went to learn in national schools. Okay, some persons like Shankar Rao Javadekar. Okay, Shankar Rao Javadekar of Islampur. Okay, then we have VP Limay and BC Lagu. Okay, BC Lagu of Sangli. And then you have Sakharam Bhagwat. Sakharam Bhagwat of Mahad. Sadashiv Kanoji. Okay. Sadashiv Kanoji of Malvan. Sadashiv Kanoji of Malvan. Okay. So these are some of the people. What they did, they skipped their government schools and they went for the national schools. Okay. And later what happened? The number of students, okay, later you can say number of students increased in national schools. Okay, and this led to the national movement in later times. Okay, or you can say they sowed the seed of nationalism in the youth of that particular time. Okay, next thing was the protest in Varhad and Central Province. Varhad and Central Province. Okay, now the first congressman to come from this particular area, or first person to participate in NCM from this particular area, was a person called as Dr. Cholkar. Dr. Cholkar. Okay, a person called as Dr. Cholkar. Okay, after him, a person called as Baba Saheb Paranjpe. Okay, after him, a person called as Baba Saheb Paranjpe joined this particular thing. Okay, but later, what happened? Baba Saheb Paranjpe, okay, was tried under a treachery case. He was tried under a treachery case. Okay, and also with him, a person called as Vaman Rao Joshi. Okay, Vaman Rao Joshi was arrested. Vaman Rao Joshi was arrested in this particular thing. Okay, so this was about the protest in Varad and Central Province. Now the next part is in the context of Sadak Ashram. Okay, Sadak Ashram at Mumbai, Bombay. Okay, but in the year 1921, okay, in the year 1921, who started this particular thing? Barrister Keshav Rao Deshpande. Okay, Keshav Rao Deshpande. Okay, Barrister Keshav Rao Deshpande opened this. Where? In the house of Anandilal Poddar. Where? At a place called as Andheri. Okay, at a place called as Andheri. There he opened this particular thing. Okay, now if a student want to be a member of Sadhak Ashram, what he should do? Student should pledge. What pledge? That he will never join government service. Okay, never to join the government service. Okay, then when the people got inducted in this particular Sadhak Ashram, he was taught different things such as education of agriculture. Okay, agriculture, education of spinning, education of weaving, and dairy. These all things were taught in Sadhak Ashram. Okay, now the next point is in the context of outrage at Malegaon. Outrage at Malegaon. Okay, next thing is outrage at Malegaon. Okay, now people participated in NCM of Malegaon as well. Okay, Malegaon people also participated in NCM. But what happened at this point of time? The police SP, okay, police SP of Malegaon used foul language on this particular people. Okay, what he did, he used foul language on this particular on people. Okay, due to this particular thing, what happened? There was a clash. Okay, this resulted into clash between people and the officers. Okay, what people did? People, very angry people about this particular language. What they did? They killed officers. Okay, what they did? They killed the officer. Okay, Gandhiji was very angry on this particular. Okay, Gandhiji was very angry on this particular move. Okay, and also what he did, the task which he always does. Okay, he criticized violence. He was never in the favor of violence. Okay, at this point of time as well, Gandhiji completely criticized violence and warned the patriots. Okay, not to agitate. What he did, he warned the patriots not to agitate. Okay, whenever a Congress member was arrested, okay, whenever congressmen are arrested, not to agitate when Congress members are arrested. Okay, and second thing what he told was to follow the orders of police. Follow the orders of police. Whatever police are saying, please follow that particular thing strictly. This was the thing. Okay. Now what happened in this particular thing? Okay, a person called as Vasant Narayan Naik. Okay, a person called as Vasant Narayan Rai participated in this particular national movement. Okay, just give me 1 minute, guys. Let's continue again the part what we have left. Yes, Vasant Narayan Naik. Okay, he also got motivated from moves of Gandhi. Okay, or you can see got motivated from Gandhiji. And at that point of time, he has launched a salt satyagraha. See this thing become important. And Vasant Narayan Naik. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, Vasant Narayan Naik was a person. Okay, who launched salt satyagraha in the beginning, or you can say during the non-cooperation movement itself. Okay, he also took. Okay, this particular person also took active part in forest satyagraha. Okay, he also took part in forest satyagraha, jungle satyagraha. Okay, second thing is abolition of taxes. It's second part. We'll see about that later. Okay, then you can say in individual satyagraha everywhere. Okay, so he was punished also. Okay, he was punished. Why? Because what he was doing once he was looting government treasury. Okay, he was looting government treasury at Nandurbar. Once and during a time he was looting a treasury in Nandurbar. Okay, and he was convicted for this particular thing. Okay, he was convicted for this particular thing, and due to this he was punished later. Okay, the next thing is about Mulshi Satyagraha. Okay, next thing is Mulshi Satyagraha. Okay, now what happened at this point of time? Tata, at that point of time, Tata has planned to build a dam where on confluence of two rivers, that is Mula and Mutha. Okay, and in this particular thing, they have entered into a contract with British government. They have took the tender of building a dam from the British government. Okay, but what happened was after this dam was built, nearly 52 villages would have submerged or were under the threat of submersion. Okay, so in order to resent this or in order to oppose this, okay, few prominent persons such as Shankar Rao Dev, okay, Shiv Ram Pant Paranjpe, Dr. Phatak Mopatkar Nasab, Tatya Saheb Kelkar, etc., took a leading role to have Murshi Satyagraha. Okay, these all people started to have Murshi Satyagraha, and it was started on 16th of April 1921. This particular thing was started on 16th of April 1921. Okay, now this Satyagraha was peacefully. Okay, this Satyagraha was peaceful for 12 days. Okay, this Satyagraha was very peaceful for 12 days. Okay, and what happened later? Here, there was a person whose name was Senapati Bapat. Okay. he made this particular movement somewhat violent. He made this particular movement violent. Okay, this satyagraha continued for 3 years. Okay, you can say till 1924. This satyagraha continued for 3 years. You can say till 1924. This particular satyagraha was continued, and nearly 1,000 people were arrested. Okay. Here, Senapati Bapat, as he provoked violence, okay, he was imprisoned for 1 year. Okay, Senapati Bapat was imprisoned for 1 year, and later he was again imprisoned for 1 year for shooting at engine driver. Okay, he shot at an engine driver, and for that particular purpose, he was again arrested for 1 year. Okay, this was about Murshi Satyagraha. Okay, so the next thing was in the context of boycott of foreign goods. Okay, just a minute. The next thing was in the context of boycott of foreign goods. Okay, what Gandhiji did at this point of time. Okay, Gandhiji, see what he did. He collected nearly 1 crore rupees in Tilak Swaraj Fund. Okay, he collected nearly 1 crore rupees. Okay, in Tilak Swaraj Fund. Okay, and then he took a turn towards boycott. Okay, what he did, he appealed the shopkeepers and the merchants. What he did, he appealed the shopkeepers and the merchants not to sell the foreign goods, not to sell foreign goods. And also he has got a good support for this particular thing. Okay, boycott of foreign good movements. And the final movement in the context of non-cooperation was Chowri Chowra incidents. Okay, so what happened was protests were going on with slogans throughout India. Okay, everywhere you can see protests in this particular frame. Okay, protests were going on throughout India. Okay, one such protest was at Chauri Chaura. Okay, at Chauri Chaura, one such protest was going on at Chauri Chaura. Okay, where is this Chauri Chaura? And at Gorakhpur. That time, United Province. Okay. United Province. So what happened here? Police, okay, fired at the mob. Okay, police fired at them. This fears the crowd, and not what. And now, what fears crowd did at night? They have burnt the whole police station. Not just police station, but 22 policemen were burnt alive. Okay, this shocked Gandhiji. This shocked Gandhiji, and after this particular incident, immediately, okay, Gandhiji took back the movement. Okay, took back this particular movement. This movement was called out. Okay, due to this, okay, not only commoners, okay, not only common people, but even Congress leaders were shocked. No one was expecting this particular thing that the punishment of the small area would be given to whole of India. No one ever thought about this particular thing. So not only commoners, but even Congress leaders were shocked by this particular thing. Okay, everyone was angry on Gandhi. Everyone was angry on Gandhi due to this particular move. Okay, and once this movement was suspended, what Britishers did, they took Gandhi. Okay, they arrested Gandhi for anti-government activities. And this marks the end of the first phase of national movement. That is the end of the non-cooperation. I hope you guys have got this particular thing. Everything is clear to you. If you guys have any queries, you can comment in the comment box. I hope you enjoyed this particular session. So we'll end the session over here. We'll continue the next thing in the upcoming session. Thank you guys.